Hi everyone, this is Linda Hicks with Scrap Stars Paper Crafting, and I want to say thank you for joining me today this Sunday Paper Fun. We are going to make a gorgeous card, and I'm going to show it to you right now, and we'll talk about how the measurements go, because it's a little tricky, but I think that you guys will love this card. Hopefully I won't make it harder, because I make things harder than they need to be. All right, so here's our beautiful card. This is called a double, whoop, what happened here? There we go. Our double Z fold card. And you can see it's very showy. You got this beautiful image that's in the back and then these beautiful panels on the side. And it stands up really pretty like that. It's just a gorgeous card. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we need our card base. But this paper that I used is called, Fern and Floral paper, and it is gorgeous. But I wanted to show you that you can make this card with the different papers. And so we're going to use the really pretty paper, the Meadow, Velvet Meadow that I showed you last week. It's absolutely gorgeous paper. And let's pull that out so you guys can see it. And it's right here. It's got just gorgeous. I mean, it's just really beautiful, beautiful papers. And you can tell I've already been playing with it a little bit. And here is another piece. And then the backs are all very, just very muted and soft colors that look really good with the very bold colors of the front of the card. And there are a couple other ones too in this set. Let me show you the other pieces. There's this piece, this really pretty pink flowery piece that we used last week. And then it has a beautiful blue. And it's not textured on the back, but it has that textured look. And I don't know if you can really see it in this lighting, but let's see if I can get my lighting a little better. The cool thing about this is it really does have soft velvet on the front, on the one side. This is like got velvet on it, and then these flowers, these really cute little daisies, or maybe it's just the ferns. I feel some ferns in here that have the velvet on there. Just really pretty paper with lots of dimension and just lovely, lovely texture on it. Okay, so this is the paper we're going to use with our card today. So we're going to use Peaceful Pine, which is a new color. And I am going to use scraps with this because I have them. So let's get started with the measurements. The card base is going to be kind of a weird card base size that we're not normally do. It's going to be 5.5, I think. 5.5. Let's find another scrap to use. Maybe I'll have to use a whole piece. That might actually be easier to show you this, because if we're going to use a whole piece, although I hate to waste paper at all because I have all these scraps, but let's see. Let's get my cutting, my scoring board here out, and we'll cut this to 5.5 by 7. So let's go 5.5 first. That's our basic card. 5.5. Cut it in half. And then we want it at 7 1/4. So cut it at 7 1/4. Okay, so that is our card base. And then we are going to cut this piece at, this is a scrap that I have that was not quite right. Let's see if this is 7 1/4. This is 7 1/4, but it wasn't quite 5. and a half. So I'm going to use this scrap piece. It is 7 1/4, and I'm going to cut, I think first I'm going to score. I'm going to cut it at 4 inches, I think. 4 inches right here. Okay. So then I am going to score this 4-inch piece at 1 1/2 and at 3. So I'm going to take this at 1 and let's see, do I want to score it at 1 1/2? 1 1/2, yeah. Okay, 1 1/2. Score it at 1 1/2, and let's get my blade out of the way. 1 1/2. That looks a little off, so let's go back to 1 1/2. There we go. Score. And then I'm going to take it to 3 and score again. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this into several pieces. I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. So I'm going to take my cutting tool and cut this at 2. And then I'm going to put this here at 1 inch. And we have 2 1 inches and 1 2 inch. So I'm going to set those aside. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Keep getting stuck here by something. I'm going to do the same thing with scoring this card, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/2. Now this is the card base that I'm doing right now. This was an extra piece that I'm using for my panels. This is the card base, and it is 7 1/2 by 5, 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to score it at 1 1/2. And then I'm going to pull it over to 3 inches and score it again. Alrighty. So there's that. Okay, then I'm going to take, do I have any white pieces of paper here? Because I'm going to need a back side. I don't see any white, so I guess I won't be using that for right now. All right, so then so these are all scored and ready to go. And so then I need to cut my pieces, which I've already gone ahead and cut. And, but let me make sure that I can tell you how to cut. I picked that big, beautiful piece of paper here that was real showy, that had this really beautiful showy part. And I cut this at 3, this piece at 3, and let's bring it down here in the corner so you guys can see it good with the measurements. 3 1/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I took the left side and I cut it off at 1 1/4. And you want to do this so that these all line up together, because you're going to, if you see this card, you're going to put this really showy piece in the back, and then you're going to lift, this piece is going to be off to the side. So you want these pieces to match. Okay, so that is the one piece. Then the other pieces, these side panels right here, I'm cutting at 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and I need 2 of those. So I cut 1 and 2. 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. I'll set those aside. And then we're going to do these pieces, and if you see, there's pieces on each side. So this one is a little trickier to cut because you want to cut it all together. And let me grab a piece of paper. So this is, we're going to want to cut a piece of paper. Now, if this had more pattern on it, it does have a pattern. I want it to look like it's going all the way across evenly. So I'm going to cut this piece at 3 7/8, and it's not quite 3 7/8. Let's see what this is. 3 3/4. Let's see, I have another scrap here that's a little larger. Let's see if we got a larger scrap. Yep. Okay, so this is 3 7/8. Oop, am I out of the camera so you can see? This is 3 7/8 across, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4. Okay, 3 1/4. Now this is the tricky one. So this is the piece that you need. And let me show you this little thing that I drew. It's to help figure it all out. So you're going to want to cut these pieces so that they all go on. Where's the card at? So I can show you a little better. Is it underneath? Yeah, there it is, hiding underneath. So you want to see how all of this is going up and down, and there is a small pattern to this one. This one does have a pattern also, so you want them all together. So what I did is I'm going to cut this at 1 1/4 on this side here, and you're going to want to keep this kind of together. So I'm cutting this at 1 1/4 here. Let's move this a little bit. And we're going to cut that there, and then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to turn it so it's turned like this, like that, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 3/4 of an inch. Just line those up so that they're cut at 3/4 of an inch. And then, so these are my two little strips that go. And then I'm going to cut this at 1 3/4. I'm just going to bring it down. I'm cutting it on this side, and it only goes to 1/2. So I'm going to have to turn this all the way around because you want it to stay, the pattern to stay together. So this is going to be 1 3/4 this way. No, actually, yes, that's right. And then this would be 3/4. So that should be right. Yes, perfect. Okay, so hold it all together and cut that like that. There we go. All right, so this is why your pieces are going to go together like that, and like that. So you wanted all your pattern pieces to match, and I think I actually have this upside down, but so that's probably the most confusing part of this card, is just this little piece, this little panel piece. Okay, so now we're going to start assembling, which is the fun part of the card. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, and this could be a little confusing too, is because it's a Z fold, let's go ahead and score all of our pieces. I mean, you know, press them down with our little tool here. All right, so this is going to go, one's going to go like this, and then we want the other one to go back like that. So the card's going to go like this. And then these pieces are going to go opposite. So you want the long side here. So we're going to go ahead and score all of these pieces as well, or, you know, burnish them. Fold them and burnish them. And fold this one here. Okay. So they're like that. And so we're going to put these on like this. So what you want to do is you want your 1 inch on the bottom, but before you actually, let's see, before we actually put all of this on, you're going to want to take this piece and put it here, and then this piece over on this panel so that that lines up like that. So let's go ahead and grab some adhesive. I think I have some glue right here too. Okay, I did have glue, but who knows what I do with stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue here along this side, and we're going to go on the inside where this is folded and put our pretty paper right here. And you want a little border all the way around, equal border all the way around like that. And then you're going to take this one and put it in this fold that would fold like that. Okay? This is kind of a little bit complicated, but it is so worth it. Such a pretty card. So put a little glue here, and we're going to put this on this side right here. Okay, so this is going to peek through those pieces. So let's see if we can didn't get glue down there. Okay, so I have these pieces on. Now I'm going to adhere these, and I want this little strip here at the bottom, and then it's going to go across here at the top. So I'm going to put my 2 1-inch strips on the bottom and the top, and then I'm going to try to line this up, eyeball it in the center. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here on this, right here, and press down and line it up like that, so it's nice and lined up. Press it down, and then I'm going to take my other one and do the same thing. Little bit of glue on this side, and you don't want to go past this little area because you don't want to glue your card down, so you just want it on the end there, and then line it up at the top. And then this, and that's okay. I put that on and it's bent wrong, but that's okay because you can bend it the other way. Okay, so now I'm going to do my last piece. There we go, like this, and we're going to kind of line this up in the middle right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue here on this little corner, and then line it up so it's kind of equal. Whoops, right there. That's slippery. It is a little slippery. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and this goes this way and this goes this way. Now I'm going to take these pieces and do the same thing. Just going to take a little bit of glue on this side and glue this down on the end so it's flat. Do the same thing with this one. Flat, and do the last one and glue it flat and line it up to the edge there. Oops, this one's off. I think we can squeeze it over just a little bit. Okay, so now my card, whoops, I guess I needed to hold that down a little bit longer, that last piece, and put this one on too. Hold those down. Should probably hold those down for a little bit, and you can see I didn't quite get them. Well, they're pretty even. I was going to say I didn't quite get them too even, but I'm going to go ahead and press these down, and then I'm going to take my 2 pieces, make sure if they're directional they're going the right way, and I'm going to put them over this piece right here, so that covers up all that gluing that we did. And so we got 2 of them, so I'm going to go ahead and brush that glue up a little bit here. There we go. So I'm going to glue one here and give it a little border on this side. It covers up all of that gluing, all these panels that we had to glue down. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. This really isn't a hard card. It's just somewhat confusing with the cutting, but once you get that, once you get it, it's so pretty. Such a pretty card. Okay, and then we're gluing down this side here. And so now you can see our card. It's going to go like that. There, like that. So now all we have left is to glue our panels on. And if I kept them in order, which I did, I think, we are good to go. So this will go here. Make sure it's going in the right direction. So I have this one here, and this one goes with this one, and then this one goes here. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on. And I could give you the name of the person that was inspired by that did this card. She did it a little different. She made it look a lot more simpler than I am doing. But I cannot remember her name. She's just a cute little girl. And I'll post it in my thing because I'll look her up and post it, because I should give her credit for this card. I have never made this card before, and I had never seen it before, and it's such a cute card. Such a cute idea. Okay, so this one will go on the bottom panel right here. And then this goes here. And like I said, you can do this with all kinds of paper. It looks so pretty. Put this one right here. And then our last two will go right here. And I might have wanted a little more neutral because all of these papers seem to be kind of busy. But I think it's going to turn out really cute at the end here once we get it all glued down. All right, so then I've got this one's going like this. So pretty. Okay, so then this part is my card. Ooh, I love it. And see, you can peek through and see the daisies when you look through it. Okay, so I'm going to let those dry for a minute, and then I'm going to show you these. Boy, I hope I haven't lost all my pieces. I may have to make some, because we've been like all over the place here with this stuff. Well, I have these, so that's good. So I cut out those cute little ferns, and I should have some little flowers here. Let's see if we have any. All right, so I'm just going to show you, this is part of the cutout, and I just thought this was so cool because it looks like a little bow. And all they did was they took put a little piece of glue here on this one, and then flipped this bow. But if you got the Eeyore thing, remember Eeyore has a little bow on his cute little, I gotta make sure this is evened out. I didn't do a very good job of making this flower. Anyway, it goes like this, crisscross, and then you have this cute little flower. But he has a little bow on his tail, and I thought, I'm going to use this for bows too. Now, this is where I'm so excited because I finally got my Picket tool. Yay for me. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue right here in the middle. And we're going to pick this up with my Picket tool and stick it right on there. And hold it down. And there's my little flower. So cute. Okay, so now I need a piece, something to put right here for a little saying. And I'm going to put happiest birthday on here. And I'm going to use this really pretty color. Let me see if I can find the color. Did I put it away? It's probably laying here somewhere. It is Berry Burst. Such a pretty, bright, and happy color. And these little flowers are Berry Burst. And I'm just going to put happiest birthday wishes on here. I'm making several happy birthday cards. I have a lot of birthdays coming up. And I just thought, and my daughter's birthday is coming up as well. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know which card I want to give her because we've been making such beautiful cards lately. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little dot of glue here and stick this flower right up here like that. And then I'm going to take this piece of fern. Now remember, you want it to go here. So I'm going to just put some little bits of dabs. Let's see where this fern is going to lay. I think we'll put it up at the top. I'm just going to put some dabs of glue so it doesn't stick in there, but I want it to go across that a little bit. Love this little viney thing. So pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one like here. So it kind of hangs down there like so. And then I'm going to put this one, oh, I could put like a little dot of glue right there on the end. So it will stay. There we go. Whoa. I'm sticking on my fingers as well. Okay, and then I'm going to put another one like here, I think, so that kind of goes across. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom edge here. I'm going to leave a little space here and have that kind of like go there. So I'm going to press down for a minute. There we go. And then just add another little dot of glue up here at the top just so that it stays where I want it to stay. And try not to stick my fingers in it too much. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and pop dot this here. Oh, maybe I need to even that out so these stay nice. There we go. Probably needed to burnish these a little better, but I also need to let these dry. I'm too eager. I gotta let them dry. Okay, so now I'm gonna put, I only have the small ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in the middle, kind of, these pop dots. Because remember, your circle's gonna come off a little bit here. And I did use, get those all up. Oh, I can use my Picket tool. Oh well, I already got them off now. I love the Picket tool because you can use it for so many things. Okay, so I got this going right here, and now I'm going to just kind of pop that down there, and there is the card. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you got your little daisies popping through. It is kind of a busy card. I'm usually, if you know me, I've kind of really come a long way with my card making and the colors because I have always been pretty like basic muted colors. So, and then if you wanted to add a couple more of these cute little flowers on the vine, you could do that as well. So, thanks for joining me today. I think these flowers, even though they're in that vine, don't they just match these like perfectly? It's so cute. These little daisies and stuff. All right, well, thanks for joining me for Sunday Paper Fun, and I hope you were able to follow my directions pretty well, and I hope you enjoy this card, and I hope you enjoy making this card. Isn't it? It's just such a cute card. And let's show you the other one that I made. It's this one here. Okay, so here is both of them. So here is the one with the fern and floral fern, I think is what it's called. It's so pretty. And then this one is with the meadow, velvet meadow. It's another beautiful, beautiful paper. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Happy scrapping and happy paper crafting. Bye-bye.